Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Threesome Show with your boy, Teflon Don, the unlicensed sex doctor. I'm going to say that again. For those who have never tuned in and wondering, what's your credentials? None. I am the unlicensed sex doctor. Everything I do on this show is from experience or research. Experience or research. So before I jump into the topic this week, which the topic for the week is going to be sexual insecurities. We all have them. A lot of us don't realize that the opposite sex has them just as much, especially so females will always, specify, I got sexual insecurities. Turn the lights off. But guys have the same sexual insecurities, and I'm going to expose those as well. So it's all about everybody tonight. I am an equal opportunity asshole. I want to let you know that in advance. I am not an asshole to just one particular group of individuals. I am an asshole to everyone. I offend most. And if I have not offended you yet, keep watching the show. I promise I will probably offend you somewhere along the line. So stay tuned. You too will be offended on this show. Um, Before I get off into the actual content of the show, I want to talk about a couple of things. I know I normally don't get real serious, but this is my time to really just talk to the people. So, ladies, gentlemen, I just definitely want to let you all know, for the ladies, above all else, no matter who you're dealing with at what time in your life, no matter what you see in that person or how much you think you love that person, be respected. Okay, um, fellas, respect the ladies. Like it's cool if you do what you do and y'all engage in different types of sexual deviance, shall I say. Um, Respect them. In the bedroom might be a different level of respect, but outside the bedroom, you give them the utmost respect because at the end of the day, if you don't respect them, the people around you won't respect them. And I know for me, if somebody disrespects somebody I'm dealing with, and it may not even be something I'm dealing with seriously, but if you disrespect them, I'll punch you in your mouth. I promise you. Like that's my word is bond. So definitely, if you don't respect them, nobody else will. So you need to respect them. Ladies, you need to be respected. I don't care whether that's your jump off, ladies, because ladies have jump offs too. So I don't care if that's your jump off, your side dude, or your main dude. Be respected. And guys, if that's your lady, your jump off or your side chick, respect her. Like give her a certain level of respect. And I promise you it'll go a long way in her life. So that's my serious moment for the show. But I do want to touch on some man code shit. Um, There's certain things that men should do and men shouldn't do, and that's called the man code. And as a man, you should know the code. Point blank. Period. First man code that I'm going to go into on this show is, fellas, as a man, know the code. If your lady is out in public and another dude looks at her, you ain't gotta get ready to fight that dude, because if if another man is looking at your woman, that means that you picked the right woman. She's good looking. If you don't want, if you do not want a man to look at your girl, go find an ugly one. I promise nobody look at her. Go find an ugly chick with an acetal and booty do. Those three things together, nobody ever look at her. But if you find a girl and you thought she was attractive, another man's gonna think she's attractive too. He's gonna look. Now, as just stated, it's all about respect. Now, if somebody looks and gawks and disrespects the fact that you with her, then you might want to have to punch him in his mouth. But if a guy looks, accept the fact that you got a hot one and he looking. All right. So that's my man code, and I'm gonna hit y'all off with a man code every week. Because as a man, you need to know the code. And I would hit y'all off with lady codes, but I don't know the lady code. So I'll find a lady show to hit y'all off with lady codes. But straight up, as a man, know the code. All right, so we're gonna jump into tonight. We're gonna talk about some sexual insecurities. We're gonna talk about some common sexual insecurities, and we're gonna talk about some weird sexual insecurities. So on the common side, we're gonna start this one off with, will I last long enough or will he last long enough? So for men, on that first time jumping in and you about to hit for the first time, okay, for the ladies, yup, you're about to make love for the first time. You ain't making love the first time, you fucking. Um, if a man is making love to you the first time, you made him wait way too long to hit the buns. Way too fucking long. If he making love the first damn time. Anyway, guys think, am I gonna last long enough? Um, the you know, guys sometimes look at themselves as what they see in porns. Guys, stop doing that stupid shit. Because let me tell you, in a porn, in a porn, they did a lot of cut, retakes. He came quick. They gave him a couple of hours. He got back up, but they continued the scene based on the fact that you're thinking it's one continuous session. It's not. Sometimes you you come a little quicker than others. And that's a testament to the females, you know what I'm saying, vaginal areas. Sometimes a female got good shit, and sometimes she just know how to throw that shit right. Sometimes she say all the right shit in your ear. I'm gonna tell you how to avoid that come quick situation though. Jerk off ahead of time. Before you go meet up with her, before you get down, go jack off. Booty do though. Yeah, booty do. Yeah, booty do. Absolutely. That booty do. You know when your stomach stick out further than your booty do? Booty do. Um so you for guys, you jerk off a little bit, bust that first one, because that first nut, and I'm gonna quote Cat Williams on the show quite a bit tonight because he hit a lot of these. That first nut will get you in trouble. That first nut will have you thinking that she's got the most greatest pussy on the planet, but you just ain't coming a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you jack off, get that one out the way. Then you come in there with an empty tank. Now it's all about what she can do and what you can do. So, what first insecurity is, um, well, they won't last long enough, or I won't last long enough. Excuse me. The second one, um, is men have body issues too. So I'm gonna go from the women because everybody knows women never really feel totally comfortable with their bodies. So women always come, with the misconception that a guy is truly sitting there going, "Oh my god, like she's got a roll or she's got stretch marks." Let's see what we're talking about here. If your man is looking at a chick in public, enjoy it with him and don't take it emotionally. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Go. I'm telling you. If your man looks at another woman, gets turned on, and fucks you good because of her, you need to send that bitch a thank you card. You She helped you to fuck out for the night. That's half the work you had to put into. And he ain't going to chase her down like he looking to give her the fucking number or he going to get her number. He got turned on. Y'all get turned on together. Take it back to the fucking bedroom. Take it back to the bedroom. I know that's off subject, but that's some real shit. Um, so ladies come to the bed and they think, okay, well, he's gonna be looking at. I have a fat roll or two. Um, my stomach is not as small as it used to be when I was 19. I got a couple of stretch marks. Nobody gives a shit about that. I'm telling you, dudes. If a dude gets to the point of having sex with you and he's looking at that shit, he don't really want to have sex with you anyway. He's looking for a reason to get the fuck up out of there. Tiger stripes. That's right. That's right. That means those are battle scars. You know what I'm saying? Those are lifelong battle scars. So nobody gives a shit. I don't give a shit. And if your man gives a shit, holla at me. I'll do what he won't do because I don't give a shit about no goddamn fucking tiger stripes or you got to roll. Shit. Really? I'm the pornologist? No, I won't. I won't. I won't take that one on. I won't take that title. I'm gonna keep the unlicensed sex doctor. um. So number three. Um. And this is for guys, guys, and men and women. I want to call them girls. So men and women. They're terrified that they may disappoint their partner, especially on that first sexual experience. A lot of this is going to be first sexual experiences. After the first time, if you came back, you was good with the first time. Facts. Um, so they worry about disappointing their partner, um, and that comes into play with confidence and being able to know what you're doing and how you can do it. Everybody's going to be different. You got to take the time during sex to even learn your partner. That first time y'all together, that's not a quick hump and done because she's going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed. Y'all both going to leave there thinking, I don't want to talk to this motherfucker ever again. And y'all calling y'all partners and saying, you probably don't want to fuck with them either. So that first time, learn each other's body, learn what really turns them on. Ask questions before you get into sex. Have those conversations because chances are most women know what pleases them because they please themselves. And when a woman pleases herself, she knows what you need to do to please her. So take your time, get to know her, and once you get into the bedroom that first time, I can almost certainly guarantee you, if you paid attention, you will be able to do what needs to be done to satisfy her. So, terrified of disappointments. Terrified of disappointments. That's number three. Um, Number four. They worry about how much size matters. This is for guys. And yes, guys do, some guys do, worry about how much size matters. And I won't say size doesn't matter for every female. For some females, size do matter. Um, for some females, size matter in a major way. And if you aren't well hung low, slinging like a mandingo, but some females, they're just not going to be satisfied by you. They just won't. That is a very small portion of the female population, though. For most women, if you know what you're doing with what you got, you can satisfy her. Point blank period. Like you can satisfy her if you know what you're doing with what you got. If you know how to elevate the body properly, you can with for you small guys, you can still bring the pain if you elevate the body properly. Understand to learn how to work with what you got, and you don't have to ever worry about whether or not size matters. Um, a lot of younger guys will talk a good wolf game, and they'll, oh, I can do this and this and that to you, and then they come to the party, and they talking about they acting like they pulling a long gun, but they really just shooting a pistol. Um, yeah. For one, if you ain't, you know, let's say 9 and better, don't talk it up as if you are. Just let her know I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to satisfy you. I'm going to make sure that when you leave my presence, you are thoroughly pleased. Speaking for me, if you leave my presence, you're going to be super thoroughly pleased. And I ain't slinging 9 and better. Strong 7.5. But I know what the fuck to do with it, though. I can beat your guts up with the strong 7.5. Maybe 8 on a good day. What noises you make is number 5. So the noises that you make or not make is number 5. So noises you make for guys is it might be an insecurity. Noises you don't make is an insecurity for women. Guys, if you start, making weird noises, kind of check yourself, I guess, because she may not stop because of the noises you're making. She's definitely gonna talk about you. She's gonna talk to her friends. Reverse it. You think, guys? I'm a ponder on that one for a second. So reverse it. So guys should worry about the noise they don't make, and women should worry about the noise they do make. I'm gonna put a pin in that one right there. I like where you're going with that though. Okay. Ladies, if you past experience, once again, if you meow like a fucking cat, then you should fucking worry about the goddamn noise you're making. You should. You should worry. Because when I left, I talked about it. And I still talk about it till this day. And that was literally about 15 years ago. And I still talk about how hard. Meow? A meow? Come on. Get out of here with that shit. Faces. What faces do you make during sex? So we all know about the O face. Some guys' O face probably look better than other guys' O face. Ladies' O face never looks sexy. There's no such thing as a sexy O face on a woman. But we look for that. We actually want that. The uglier your face get during an orgasm, the more we figure we gotta So, ladies, don't worry about what old face you make. Guys, I don't know. If you really care about that shit, I guess practice your old face in the mirror. But when you getting ready to come, it don't matter what the fuck you practice. Your body gonna take over, and you gonna be all over the fucking place. This next one, the smell or taste of your genitals. Okay, let's let's throw this one back and forth real quick. For the guys, straight up, two things: wash your ass, wash the fuck up, clean yourself with a good smelling soap. If you don't like the ones that's in the store, my homegirl Stacy at Sasha Essence, she got some real good damn good body soaps for you that'll get that smell off real good. Um, so that's the first thing. Definitely cleanse yourself. If you drink, you when you drink, the liquor comes back out through your pores. You do have pores in your genitalia area. So if you drink a lot or you drink often, what I also want you all to do is drink a lot of water, and that cleanses it. Yes, cleanliness is next to godliness, and some of y'all are ungodly. Um, ladies, ladies, you are what you eat. Straight up. You want a guy to not come back? Eat a lot of seafood. Let's look at this. If my sounds are delightful, you are doing it right. If they're ugly, then you hit my soul. I like that. I like that. And viewer, I'm just saying I might hit the soul, so I might get the ugly face. I'm just saying that's just how I get down. Ladies, if you want to smell, if you want your vaginal area to smell good, it's not about the douche because actually douche takes away from your natural juices and it actually does more damage to your body than you know. Douches are actually meant to be used very sparingly and not on a regular basis. If you want your vaginal area to smell good, A, just like the guys, wash your ass. Um, that I have no issues with my man. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ladies, clean your body right. You don't have to use a whole lot of scented soaps. Because to me, if it smells too much like a perfume or a cologne, you're masking something. I'd rather smell your natural body odor. And I ain't talking about your funky body odor because your body not naturally funky. That's the shit that you pick up. Your natural body odor actually has very little to no smell at all. If I go down there and that's what I smell, I'm thinking two things. A, she cleans herself right. Two, she eats right. Yes, and pH matters. I know a female who would only smell bad after she had sex with her man. It's because he wasn't cleaning himself and he was basically throwing off her pH. It's a real thing. Once again, everything I talk about on this show is either from experience or research. And both of them tell me that if a guy is not keeping himself clean, he will throw up the female's pH and he will cause her to have a smell. So, guys, if you've had sex with a female and then you go down there and you start to smell her, it might be you, motherfucker. Might be you. So let's talk about I addressed stretch marks already. But we'll circle back to stretch marks. Nobody gives a shit. That's the circle back to that. No one gives a shit about your stretch marks. Quoting Cat Williams again, a stretch marks either means you was fat and you got small, or you were small and you got big. Either way, the current state that you're in, I knew you was in that state before we got into bed. You can't camouflage shit too much with clothing. I knew you was a big girl, or I knew you used to be a big girl. I done been on your social media. Unless you took all those pictures down, I know what you used to look like. Um, Knowing your boundaries. This is mostly for men, because men may feel self-conscious or insecure about how far they can take a woman. The what I'll say to that is really seriously take your time to get to know the person that you're going to be with. I mean, realistically, if this is a one-time jump off, neither one of y'all are giving a shit about pleasing each other. Y'all just really trying to get off. You get off, make sure she gets off, high fives and hugs, and move about your business. But if it's somebody you plan on being intimate with on more than one occasion, um, have that conversation with the woman to know what those boundaries are. If you're a really freaky person, guys, if you're somebody who likes to engage in those aggressive sexual activities, find out if that's something she's into and have those conversations before y'all get into the bedroom, because there's certain things you have to have in place before you start to stretch those type of boundaries. Safe words, knowing their stopping point, understanding if they're soft BDSM or hardcore BDSM, or BDSM at all. Like you have to actually have those conversations. Stop acting like you can walk into these situations and know it all, because you really don't. Any guy out there and any female out there who wants to dabble in BDSM, that's not a first sexual encounter situation. Um, and if it is, you've taken your time before that first sexual encounter to get to know them, get to know who they are, what they like, what they don't like, um, how much they are willing to do, and how far they're willing to go. Do not meet some chick at the club. Let's see. A man that is dirty is horrible to our body. Yes, it is. It is horrible to the female body. It 100% is. Um, and I can't state that enough. A lot of women will catch yeast infections from guys who are just dirty, and they're feeling self conscious because they're like, why the fuck did I catch a yeast infection? It was the guy you had sex with. Um, I know most guys are always willing to, jump up out the bed after having sex and go wash up. Stop by the bathroom before you get in the bedroom and go wash up. Clean yourself up really good, because we do pick up sweat, um, when we're walking around throughout the day. Most women are really self-conscious about that because they sit there and they'll say, well, you know what, I don't want to go into this room stinking, so I'll stop by the bathroom, freshen up a bit. Guys, freshen up too. Clean yourself. Don't just run up in the bedroom thinking I'm about to lay this shit down, because you might mess her up while you lay it down. Yes, and clean correctly. Um, that's a super comment right there, because um you have hair down there. Most guys do. Hair carries a lot of germs, so you have to clean that. Get underneath your balls, because you may think that doesn't hit, but you know what? When you hitting it and your balls are slapping against her body, whatever sweat you have is now being transferred onto her. So clean your whole body. I mean, not your whole body, but clean your whole. genital area. Make sure that is all clean. Um, and getting back to the boundaries, um, take your time and do it right. Take your time, because if you don't take your time to know your boundaries and you try to get off into some BDSM, you haven't established a safe word, and you could end up really doing some serious bodily harm and or death. So, and that's a serious moment right there. Like that's not a joke, nothing to play with. Take your time. I'm about midway through, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump off into this video mix real quick. I hope y'all enjoy this one. It's still some dancehall music this week. Last week we did some Afro. This week we're gonna do some dancehall, and I'll probably hit y'all up with something different next week. But right now, engineer hit him off. Be back on the other side.
Bang bang bang, bang 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 bang, dirty rock. Bang bang bang. Alright then again, yo. Love see the girl when them move them body. Bang bang, girl when them shake that body. Bang bang, girl when them move them body. Bang, move them body. Yo yo. Love see the girl when them move them body. When them shake that body, me I lose my mind. And every day when them shake that jelly, send me ready, figure them a good time. Come is a boy when I go play with the kitty, straight to the kitty every day, girls on my mind. So you know we go straight to the limit daily, we do it making the girls them high. I love off the vibe and the energy, love how you're dropping it properly. Love how you move that body, when you move that body, girl move that body for me. Love off the vibe and the energy, love how you look, girl, you're looking at me. Love how you move that body, when you move that body, girl, drop that body on me. So me love it when you back it up there. So me love it when you back it up there. So me love it when you back it up there. So me love it when you back it up, 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 up. So me love it when you back it up there. So me love it when you back it up there. So me love it when you back it up there. So me love it when you back it up, 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 up. So we do this every day, baby. Now a serious thing and we no play, baby. Love how you rock it and sway, baby. Won't take you back home, no delay, baby. Because me see how you a flip it, and me love how you a dip it, and me well want to eat it, baby girl, me not quit it. Cause you too damn legit, my girl. When me spit it, you feel listen when me tell you, my girl, get with it. I love all the vibe and the energy. Love how you dropping it properly. Love how you move that body, when you move that body, girl, move that body for me. Love all the vibe and the energy. Love how you look, girl, you're looking at me. Love how you move that body, when you move that body, girl, drop that body on me.
Oh yeah, looking at me eye. Oh yeah, baby, turn me on, 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 turn me on. Girl, when you wind up your body, I just gotta whine on you. It makes me feel so happy just to stand behind you, oh baby. I just wanna know. Make everyone else say what a sexy girl, and everything you say and everywhere you move and everything you do. Turn me on, 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 turn me on. Gala, you are do it how? Tell me if I love your love drama. Body hot so volcano lava, but your heart cold like ice water. You feel wine faster, yeah. Turn up the tempo in there. Close to me like we are make love in there. Everything you say and everywhere you move and everything you do. Turn me on, 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 turn me on.
Bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like I'm bossy.
Bang, 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 hey.
Hey yo, Idris, tell them what they're gonna take the piss. When Steffi step out, do that turn up in a dish. Body comfortable, and me physically fit. I'm a brown and sweet, just like the chocolate. Yo, Wiley, them ones sound like me. They done a pussy pretty with the okra body. Shut down in the city with me bad girl pussy. Every man want piece of me. The back of them a pop and them a bun weed. Man want wine behind me have to move kind dusty. I'm looking for a brother who got hella pound. 079, baby, I'm a hammer, did you stop?
Bossy, bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like I'm bossy.
Hey yo, Sean.
Hey, so when me spitty body with it, maybe gala get with it. Spitty body with it, maybe gala get. When me tappy body with it, maybe gala get with it. Wind up your body and spin it. Girl, when you bubble, that's a trouble. Why you give me this something now? Turn it around and bring it. You're pressing it back on and on. If you push that button, my girl down, but I can't tame it. Once you broke out and fling it. Once your body shaking up to the limit. Once you wild out to wild it to S to the base, step London and mid on edges. Is it?
Bossy, bossy.
I came to rap it up, do my thing. Sabi put me on the gram and a remix thing. Pull tight Wiley with the Pacino flow. Godfather part 2, call me De Niro. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. Disrespect, man, get a slap on the chin. Man a king in a top, bowl Larry, man a big DJ, Hawks, Megan and Harry. Boss, yeah, man a boss. I make your girl melt like a toast.
Boasty. Yeah, I'm back. Let's do this thing. I hope y'all enjoyed the mix this week. I really put a lot of care and concentration into that mix. Love Wolf. As a matter of fact, I might run that mix a couple of more times. What up, Stace? Welcome to the party. Thank you. I figured you would because you got some yacht in you. I got yacht all the way. Yeah. I think it just got taken. I'm sorry. It just got taken. So if you're just joining the show, I'm sorry you was late to the party. Please go back and check the replay. So we are talking about sexual insecurities. I'm gonna run through them real quick. The previous ones, really quickly. For those who just joined the party, we talking about not lasting long enough. Men having body issues, terrified about disappointing their partner, worrying about if size matters for the men, what noise you're making or not making for men and women, what faces you're making for men and women, the smell or taste of the genitals for the men and the women, stretch marks, and knowing your boundaries. So those are my 9 for the common, air quotes, the common insecurities. Let's talk about some strange, weird insecurities. Y'all know I like to get into some weird shit. So every time I do these countdowns, I do some common, normal, everybody does it, and I got some weird shit. All right, so for the men, does she notice my body hairs? Let me, before I get into this, because Stacy hit me. So size only matters for a small number of women. For most women, size don't matter. It's how well you are able to handle what you got. So size is not not the big thing for everybody. And you know what, Stace? You're right. I didn't touch base on that. Yes, for women, for men, size do matter for women. So what she's saying, producer, what she's saying is, do men worry about how tight it is? is what she's basically saying. So, do men worry about how tight or how loose her vaginal area is? So, we don't care if it's a little loose. We prefer it be the tighter the better because that gives us more stimulation. Um, I'll tell you a situation once again. Everything I do on the show is from what? Experience or research. So from experience, I actually met a female who I had wanted to have sex with for a long time. And I ran into her at a club and I took her back to her spot. We was ready to get it in finally. And I could literally drive a tractor trailer through her shit and have room for a mid-sized car. There was nothing I could do with that shit. Nothing. I didn't have enough girth on my shit to even enjoy the shit. I got the fuck up. I gave her a pound and a hug and I walked the fuck out. Like so, yes, the how wide it is matters for some guys. For me, it does. You know, if your shit's that wide, first of all, I'm coming behind somebody who clearly had a little more girth than I did. Um, but it also may speak to how sexually active you are. So, ladies, I'm gonna get into the weird stuff. I promise you, but this is important. There are ways to draw that shit back in, ladies. Um, you can take baths with vinegar. That'll draw you back up. Also, Kegel exercises. Look that shit up because I'm not about to go into that whole shit with y'all right now. But there's Kegel exercises. Um, and there are also Kegel balls that you can actually put up in your vaginal area and kind of hold it in, and it helps you strengthen your vaginal muscles. Um, wow, I actually like that. Thank you, Stacy, really, because I forgot all about that. But and so thank you for hitting on that because that is a very educational moment for a lot of females who don't realize that there is a way to draw that back in. And you don't always have to just sit there and go, you know what, I'm not going to have sex for 2 years. I'm going to feel like a virgin later on. You're not. If you don't do the necessary things to draw it back together, especially after having a child, for example, um, you have to do those things to strengthen those vaginal muscles. Learn how to control your vaginal muscles. You can tense up around a guy's penis while he's having sex with you, and it'll fuck his head all the way up. That's the only tip I'm gonna give y'all like that because that that's a major tip. I'm not gonna give y'all that shit anymore. You can keep that laugh going. Fuck that shit. Keep that one going. If you could run that fucking laughter one more time, son. Because I'm not gonna tell you how to fuck our heads up. All right, I'm lying. I will tell y'all because I'm an equal opportunity asshole. Um, so number one on the weird side was, does she notice my body hair? I've actually had that because I used to have an issue with a lot of back hair. Well, not a lot of back hair. I had hair on my back, and it wasn't normal for me. You know what I'm saying? So I used to always wonder if it was an issue. But then I went to Sasha Essence and she ripped that shit out. Don't share the secrets. I know. I try not to, but I also got to understand that the same thing I do for the men, I got to do for the women. You know what I'm saying? So if I learn some secrets for the men, I got to share the secrets with the women. Yes, I do the free promo for the reason of the fact that she takes care of us. The entire iLegacy media team she takes care of, from Amanda to Q to Don. It's always been taken care of. So it's free advertisement, but you know what? When you taking care of us so well, you just get advertised, like point blank, period. Um, So let's jump back into my list. 'Cause I'm about to get way off base. Um, does she think my penis look weird? That's for you guys, of course. Or the transgender who has sex with women, I guess. So for some guys, they have a uncommon, weird sexual insecurity about how their penis looks. Until she sucks your dick, she's not really looking at your penis. And the curved penis works for some women, the straight penis works for other women. Whether you're curved up, curved down, you can get the party going. If you're curved up, that works for some women. Curved down, work for some women. Straight, work for some women. Let me tell you the secret, though. It all depends on how you position their body. All depends on how you position their body. If you have a straight penis, you can pretty much position their body any which way except down. If you have a curved penis, I don't know because I don't have a curved penis, but how you position their body. So if you lift their legs up to a certain elevation and it lifts their bottom part, then you can hit it from different angles. Learn the angle that works for your shit. Learn what works for you. And what works for you will probably work for most females, but learn what works for you. Here's a weird fucking insecurity. Am I coming too much or am I coming too little? I can't speak for women. Any women in the chat, has this ever been a fucking issue for you? Do you really give a fuck how much he comes? Like when I say I'm talking about the amount. Ugly penis is not good. No two-tone shit for me. Okay. So for some guys, they worry about, did I fill her up or did I not bust off enough inside of her? Ladies, does that matter? I don't know because I'm not a lady. So ladies in my chat, does that matter? Like if he fills you up too much with too much cum, is that a problem? Or if he doesn't fill you up enough, is that a problem? I'm a circle back to that one. Ladies, let me know in the chat. It's always flooding the basement because it's all the basement. Am I dripping sweat? Is a male insecurity, I would assume. So for all of the guys that actually ever worried about, am I dripping sweat or is she too sweaty? One of the best sexual experiences I've ever had in my life, we were both so sweaty we could not grab grip on one another. The look of the dick matters to me as a woman. Okay. So what about the look of the dick matters for you? Because we know Stacy don't like the two tones. Not really. I shower afterwards, anyways. Okay. I like I like the sweat, but going back to the look of the dick for upper level. Let me know what about the look of the dick bothers you because we can touch back on that. Is he or she even enjoying this position? For the guys, find a position that works for her. For the ladies, be versatile. Scary dicks. Freddy Krueger dick. Find a position that works for her. For the guys, find a position that works for the ladies. For the ladies, be versatile. Be willing to move around. Um, is my breath stinking? The person who actually sent this actually said, "Is my breath awful right now?" Is your breath awful? Fucking period. Any goddamn given time. Like, it's not just during sex. Make sure you brush your fucking teeth and keep your mouth right all the time. You ain't got to worry about that shit. How is my body shaped? Is my body shaped weird? So I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who dealt with somebody who she really had just a weird shape. Like she really looked like she was pregnant all the fucking time. Um, but chances are, once a guy gets to the point of having sex with you, he knew you looked like that before you took your clothes off. There was no fucking revelation on that shit. Yes, I do know how you feel about stink breath. Yes, I do. Um, those were one of the sidebar conversations with the unlicensed sex doctor that people weren't privy to. But I know a guy and a woman. Well, a guy. No, first of all, a woman should definitely never have fucking stink breath. If you ever have fucking stink breath, the fuck? I can only imagine how the rest of your body's taken care of. And a guy, if a guy's breath stinking, take the time to let him know, hey, you need a chiclet, nigga. You pop some gum in your mouth. If you're not gonna eat the gum, what you gonna do? You gonna brush your teeth? You gotta sometimes let them know because they don't know. Not every guy does this shit beforehand. I do. I check my motherfucking breath. And anybody who wore a mask during the pandemic, you figured out how fucking bad your breath was. And if you ain't changed shit after that, you just like stink shit. Weird squelching noise during sex. Weird. If you're making squelching noises during sex, what the fuck? Like, the fuck? I can't even get deep into that shit. I'm fucked up behind that comment. The sounds of the body during sex. I don't know why you'd be insecure about that. I've never been insecure about that myself. If you are one of the people that are insecure about that, I'll go ahead and just say, the fuck? Like, why the fuck are you even thinking about that shit? Like, if your body's clapping like that, that means you hitting it right. You know what I'm saying? If it's sweaty, it's gonna sound more like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just all in the course of having sex. Now, this is a weird insecurity. Not sure what the fuck this came from. What is he or she thinking about while we're having sex? Hopefully, he or she is thinking about being pleased. If they're thinking about anything else, you're not doing some shit right. You're doing things totally and completely and utterly wrong. I'm gated. So one of my homies told me in I guess a moment of, brother bonding, that he hit this chick one time. No, not my brother, just guy bonding. Guy bonding. You know what I'm saying? The best sex is to be comfortable to speak your thoughts. Yes, it is. That is the absolute best sex. So I had a homie from up New York who told me that he was hitting this chick one time, and she was so unenthused that she actually was reading the book that was on her nightstand. Nigga, at that point, anybody who experiences that shit, get up and walk out. Save yourself at that point. Save your goddamn self. If she's so bored that she's reading a book, if she's so bored that she looks bored, get up. Get the fuck out. And last but not least, and this is once again a guy. I hope she doesn't look at my balls. I hope she doesn't look at, because he was lame. Yes, and he was real lame. And you know, he shared that to me, and he shared that with me about I want to say about 30 years ago. So I'm sure he's not watching. I haven't spoke to him in years, but he shared that shit with me, and he was like, "Yo, what the fuck do I do?" And at that time, I didn't know what the fuck he should do because I didn't have those kind of problems, nor have I ever had that kind of problem. But I've learned some shit, and I've learned how to reposition people so that you hit them where they most need it. Yes, manscaping. I'm another shameless plug, and I'm gonna throw the shit out there. Sasha Essence will manscape the shit out of you. He is only insecure about the balls if you have bumps or something wrong. Well, so not totally the case. So if a guy is not stimulated the right way, his balls are basically not at full mass, it does look kind of wrinkly. Like, and honestly, that falls back on you women to make sure that he is sexually stimulated. Yeah, I'm gonna let that clap right out because it's real serious. Like, women always think that a guy needs to come to the party and do the pleasing. Women, you have to do the same thing. Like, you have to sexually stimulate his mind and his body. Yep, I'm sure will cause there is I sure will, because there's somebody out feeling to protect now. Somebody's feelings. Okay. Put that back up, because I fucked that comment all the way up. Put that shit back up. I fucked that comment all the way up. And don't blame me, blame the liquor. Yep, I sure will, because there is nobody feelings to protect now. Okay. Blame it on the alcohol. And you have to protect the person's feelings. Even the newbies or the one night stands or the jump offs or the side dudes, or you have to protect their feelings, because everybody, you still gotta protect their feelings, because you want them to come back and you don't want them to feel self-conscious. So a little bit of feelings, little bit, that much. All right. So my time's growing near. My time's growing near, and I'm done. I wanted to do this at the beginning and at the end, but I didn't get a chance to do it at the beginning. We are iLegacy Media. This is an iLegacy Media production. I can't do this without iLegacy Media, and I thank everybody on the iLegacy Media team that helps me to do this show every single week. From the flyers that y'all see that comes out from my show, to the producer that sits in the background and make sure that my show is properly done. Let me explain something to you. It is not all me. All I do is I get in front of the camera and I do what I do. But my team that's behind the scenes that makes sure that my flyer is done every single week. My producer that makes sure that he hits those claps and those laughters and the punches and make sure that I look good. This is not a single person production. There is an entire team that comes behind me. Now, the reason I said all of that is to say this. If you have a production that you want to put on for yourself, we have a whole team that will get behind your production the same way it does mine, the same way it does the Quiet Storm with Mr. Q, the same way it does with True Weight. When y'all see the Scandalous show that comes up in the fall, the same way it does the Scandalous show, there's an entire team that gets behind that entire production. Reach out to us, iLegacyMedia3@gmail.com. If you have an idea for a show that you just want to put on, if you want to check out all of our previous shows, and you can check out all of our past shows at iLegacyMedia.com. Go to the website. You can check all of my shows from season 1, season 2. You can check season 1 of The True Weight, and you can check all of the shows from The Quiet Storm. And when the Scandalous show comes on in the fall, you can watch all of their shows if you miss any. You don't always have to go to YouTube. Go to our website, iLegacyMedia.com. We are iLegacy Media. We are a full service media company. We provide you with websites. We provide you with flyers. We provide you with production help. We do it all. We are a full service media company. So if you are in the need of a flyer, reach out to us. If you're in the need of a website, reach out to us. If you're in the need of production, reach out to us. We got you taken care of. I am out. I'm 2 minutes over, and my producer does throw things at me if I go over. So I'm out. I will see y'all next Tuesday. Tomorrow, check out Quiet Storm with Mr. Q. And on Thursday, it's the return of True Weight. Check out the show. Her next season is going to be phenomenal. Tomorrow on Quiet Storm, he's going to have a special guest. And I say a special guest because I'm going to be on there with him. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about, men and manhood. So, ladies, if you need to understand men, hit that show up. Bottom line, bar none. I'm out. I'm done. I'm ghost. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. But we can only go one direction. All the way up. Be easy.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.